Okay, there we go. We have sound this time. Okay. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the death of me. So one time it works, and the next time it doesn't. So we'll wait for just a minute here for notifications to go out, and then we will play. Okay. Hey, Janice. Hey, Pam. Hey, Lauren. Welcome, welcome. I'll give this a couple minutes for people to get notifications, and we'll talk about a few things, and then we will craft. So what we're going to make is we're going to do one of the little Doodlebug snow globes. I just did one for Doodlebug for the design team. And they're so much fun, and I really have not played with them nearly as much as I should have. So we're going to make one of these here in just a little bit. Hello, Lynn. So yeah, I did one with Be Happy. And it won't be on their blog for about 2.5 weeks, I think. I think it's not until June 20th, because I have one more project with the Berry Sweet this coming Friday. Hey, Fauna. That will post on their blog this coming Friday, and then the next 2 weeks after that will be one of my Be Happy ones, which is a snow globe, which unfortunately I can't show you guys. I'm not allowed to give you a peek like that. Pam, yes, the snow globes. Oh my gosh, the snow globes are addictive. Yeah. Oh, Janice, spring is here. It is 80 something today. I don't know. I took my watch off because it's so distracting. It is 88 here today. And Nick and Chris went to go race RC cars. So I've had the entire day to myself, which has been awesome. Yeah. So, that's always fun. Oh, that's just, well, okay. I say it's 88 here. However, in the basement, it's probably 65 down here. I can tell it's gotten hot outside because usually if it's not super hot outside, but it's hot enough, I have to have the AC on. Otherwise it gets too hot upstairs. I can always tell when it started to get hot outside because even with the AC on upstairs and all of the vents down here closed, it gets a more tolerable temperature. If it's warm enough upstairs where the AC needs to be on, but it's not super hot outside, I absolutely freeze to death down here. When I'm working during the week, I usually have my space heater on about half the day down here in the summertime because it does get really cold down here. So there you go. But enough about all of that fun stuff. Let's take a look at my 2 Doodlebug album kits. These are both on the website. I'll show you what's actually in the kit here in just a second, but I figured we would flip through these because I really haven't had a chance to do a live since I got these finished and put up for sale. So we're going to do that. But before we go through, well, no, let's do that first, and then we'll look at some other stuff. So we're going to start with Be Happy. So the Doodlebug albums have a lot of pieces and parts inside. They have a lot of different little elements for you to use to build the albums. And when I decided I was going to do this kind of kit for both of these lines, my whole goal was to use all of these little pieces and parts. Okay. So this album is absolutely stuffed. So in the kit, of course, you're getting all of the papers, all the embellishments, the ribbons, everything to go. But let's look at the finished album. So hopefully I can kind of fix the glare there. That's slightly better. Okay. So what is really cool is Doodlebug, just with the Butterfly Kisses line released 6x8 paper pads for their lines, and they are so much fun. Both of these, the Be Happy and the Berry Sweet collection, are mini collections, so they don't have all of the elements and stuff they normally do. And I know if you've seen my unboxing when I did get these from Doodlebug for Design Team, you know, you would have seen these, or I talked about that. So the project itself, these are going to be like a really easy one to do at a crop, to do with a friend, to, you know, even if you're somebody who like will take some like limited craft supplies upstairs and work on it, you know, while you're sitting on the couch watching TV. This is like the perfect project. This is not a difficult project by any means, but the way I do all of my kits, and this one in particular, you have enough paper. You don't have to do this the way I've done this. If you want to and want to make it super easy on yourself, you can, but you don't have to. I'm not pre-cutting the papers. I am not pre-sorting the ephemera and only giving you some of the pieces of the ephemera. You're getting entire collection kits or entire paper pads or whatever the case may be. In this case, you're getting both. Does Doodlebug have a cute school line? They do, but it's an older one, and I would think, just because it's been, oh my gosh, 4 or 5 years ago that they released it, I would assume, you know, because they do keep like some of their core collections like that around for a fairly long time. I would think maybe a new one would be coming possibly this like late summer, but I haven't seen anything yet. But they do have one, and it is called School Days, I think. I have it. I have not actually made anything with it. But it is super cute. And honestly, if I can get it, maybe I will. I'll see what's available from it, and maybe I can bring that one in and do something with it, because it's really a cute one. Like, it's, you know, I don't usually, I think I have it in my stash. Yeah, seriously, it's a really cute one. In fact, Janice, if you were at one of the CCC retreats and the pop-up shop that Doodlebug did at the store, I know they had that in the last one that I went to. Oh yeah, absolutely. For Felicity, that would be awesome. That would be really good. And you know what? For that, one of these albums would be perfect for that, because you can kind of just continuously work on it as she goes through school. That would actually be really cool. But now that we're sidetracked completely. So with this kit, you're getting the acetate, because I did do acetate pages in addition to the pages that come in the book. I think I ended up with, was it 26 pages total in this book? And when I say page, I'm not talking, you know, 1 page, 2 page. I'm talking like the actual inserts that are in here. Like, it's it's okay, Janice. I have lots of squirrel moments, as you well know. So I mean, this is like stuffed, okay? So we've got acetate page here with a nice 4x4 photo mat. You've got, you know, 4x6 on one of the heavy chipboard inserts that's part of the albums themselves. And you're getting the puffy icons, you know, the some petite prints that matched both lines, because what's really cool is there are elements from this one that go well with the berries and vice versa. It's absolutely genius. We've got a little flip here for 4x6. You know, lots of space for pictures. And like I said, you're getting enough of this product. You can absolutely do this however you would like to do this. And this is actually a pocket as well. You're getting 2 doodle pops. You're getting the super cute little bear, who has got to be one of my favorite doodle pops of all time. And you're getting the cute little honey shaker pop there. So yeah, it's, you know, I did something a little bit different, that I used the acetate as a photo mat in a couple of the pockets in here. And I just thought it was kind of cool, because, you know, you're still seeing, you know, that pattern and the texture and everything, but you're also able to see what's back behind it. It would be really cute with a picture on here because it would be kind of floating. So yeah, it was just something I kind of did like on a whim and went, oh, I really like that. So the elements between the two books, as far as like the overall layout, are pretty much the same because there's the same elements in both collections. Um, so there is that as well. We've got bees doing bee things. The Doodlebug albums, of course, come with the page protectors. They come with these cardstock inserts. We've got another flap there. And then they've got pocket inserts. So there are 4 pocket inserts that come with the Doodlebug albums. 2 of them are side loading like this, and 2 of them are just like a traditional bottom pocket. I'll let that one loose. With the kits, you're getting a cutting diagram with this one, and then of course a link to where I put everything and how I put it all together. So with this one opens up, a little gatefold, and you've got a little layout going on there. Here's another one of my acetate pages. This one I didn't put anything on the base of it. I used the border stickers to kind of add an edge, and because I cut them wrong, because of course I did, I added this little puffy icon up in the corner, and I was able to back them. So it's just, you know, another cute little element there. Here's another one of the big 6x8 pages. And on the back side of this, I have actually added a flap with the acetate. You could do this with the pattern paper as well. I actually did that on my Snow Much Fun one from January when they were first had the design team work with the albums. So we've got lots of space there. And I know I have like adhesive I keep meaning to get off. Another pocket here. There's another one of our little acetate photo mats. Here's the other style of pocket page that is part of the actual album itself. We've got another layout page here. Another one of those chipboard inserts. This is another one of our little interactive elements. So this one does just flip out like so for pictures. We've got another pocket there. Lots of photo spots. Here's another one of our acetate flat pages. Another pocket. And then a 5x7, a 4x6, another 5x7. We've got another little flap here, another acetate piece there. And then our last 6x8 page, and, you know, so on and so forth. So that's the Bee album. Okay, get that one out of the way. We'll flip through the Berry album really quickly. A little more quickly since we've kind of covered the basics here. So we've got our shaker pop here. And this one has the super cute little mice, and I love this in this collection. So again, we've got our acetate page there. Chipboard, we've got our pocket pages. You are getting the white cardstock for these mats with both kits as well. Here's one of our pockets, the flap, cardstock. This is a pocket again. Here's another doodle pop that's part of the kit, and just so on and so forth on through here. This mouse absolutely kills me. He's so cute. So this is another flat piece, pocket. And what's cool with this specific pocket style, you can actually like turn this one upside down so that this pocket would be on the back side instead. And it's awesome. Thank you, Susan. So here we've got our little gatefold layout page for this album. We've got our acetate flat page, acetate insert, and another one of the acetate inserts. So this acetate actually matches perfectly with the beeline too. Actually, both of them you could interchange them, but this one with the beeline with the little flowers on is so stinking cute. Pocket there. Here's our other little trifold flap piece. And another pocket. And just tons and tons of space. And depending on, you know, which ephemera pieces and which titles and things you used, either one of these collections, quite honestly, would be super cute for a baby to do baby pictures, like, you know, first year or two, toddler picture type things. It would be absolutely adorable. So this and that sticker sheet. Here's another one of our pockets. We have a border up there because, again, I apparently can't read a paper trimmer some days. And that's just how it goes. You know, nice big photo spots. We've got a flap there. There's another one of our acetate mats. And then our last 6x8. So that is the completed project for both of those kits. The kits themselves, you're getting the album, of course, the black with the Be Happy and the limeade with the Berry Sweet. I'm not going to open those, but I will open one that I've got in my stash just to show you undecorated what all comes in one of these albums, because they are a fabulous deal. First thing I love, covers lay flat. You don't have to, like, you open them, they lay flat. You know, the Simple Stories ones, I always had to like bend them back to get them to go kind of flat. These just lay flat. Okay, so in every one of these albums, you're getting 4 page protectors that are 6x8. You're getting 2 4x6. You're getting 2 that have the 4x6 and the 3x4. And then you're getting 2 that are just the 4x4. You are getting 2 of the standard pocket inserts. You're getting 2 of the side loading pockets. And this is the one where I said you just turn it upside down and then they are on opposite sides, which I meant to do that in these books and I totally spaced it. But again, you're getting enough with the kit. You can decorate it however you want to. If you don't want to follow along with how I've done it, you don't have to. And you will have extra paper. Like you're going to be able to make cards. You can make a small folio. You're going to have enough paper left over to do some other stuff. You're getting 4 of those cardstock inserts that coordinate with the album itself. And then you're getting the 5 super heavy chipboard inserts. Like this stuff, it's stout. Like seriously, it's awesome. So that's what's in the album itself as they come from Doodlebug. So you're getting all of that. And then each kit has, and I'm just going to open one. They both have the same elements. It's just, you know, the different lines. You are getting the All the Things pack. There are 173 pieces of ephemera in here. Because it's a mini collection, we don't have the bits and pieces, odds and ends, and chit chat. You've got a selection from those 3 types of ephemera packs that will cover everything. They're amazing. So you've got like all your little titles and things. You've got your florals, like that would typically be in a bits and pieces, and then you've got your other little elements that would be odds and ends pieces, like the bear, who is so cute. You're getting your ribbon for your closures for your 2 inside elements and the outside of your book. You're getting foam squares. You're getting your 2 doodle pops, so a shaker pop and a normal doodle pop. You're getting the full 6x8 paper pad. You are getting puffy icons, which puffy icons are awesome. You're getting your QR codes for your tutorial video and your project pictures. And then you're getting your cutting diagrams. And this one's a little bit different. Normal, like if it's a mini album, you're getting like a cutting guide. Okay. This one, because I mean, what am I going to put on a cutting guide? You're getting diagrams that have listed what pieces you're cutting to what size from which papers. Okay. And then you're getting the full 12 by 12 collection kit. So there are 6 different double-sided papers in here, and because it's a mini collection, you're getting 2 of each. So when I say you have more than enough paper available to change this album up however you want to, I'm not making this up. You have a ton of paper. You're getting 2 sheets of the acetate. You're getting, that's gonna slide if I don't move it. Not sure how many white we have in here. I want to say it's like 6 and 2. Yeah, 6 sheets of white cardstock for photo mats and for your flaps. And then you're getting 4 different petite prints that match with the line, okay? And the petite prints are the same in both of these kits, okay? So with the berry, you're getting, you know, all these same elements just with the berry line as opposed to the bee line. So that is what is in the kits. And the reason I am going through the kit in that kind of detail and showing you is because I have a very short promo running right now for any of my album kits on the website right now. If you buy an album kit, you're getting a project pouch for free. So this is the project pouch. These things are, this is the tonic one. The only album kit this doesn't apply to is the Blossom and Bees beginner kit, because you were already getting one of these with them. This, if you order both of the Doodlebug kits, you're going to get a project pouch for each of them. I have some of the, what is it? The greenhouse kit for Butterfly Kisses left. You will get a project pouch with those. I have one of the Cartabella Beach Town kits left. That's it. I'm not restocking that one. I can't restock that one because they are out of about half the paper for that one. Echo Park is, which surprised me because they're never out of paper. So there is only one of those left, but you will get the pouch with it. The Blossoms and Bees kit already comes with the pouch, and the Blossoms and Bee kits also come with the newest tool that I have added to my site, which is cover spacers. Okay, so I'm not going to take these out of the package. I'm going to show you with the ones I've actively been using for my last couple of projects. So these are my Clearview cover spacers. These are 10 inches long, and they are etched so that you know when you're building your mini album cover exactly where these need to go. Okay, so your top spacer for your 1 inch at the top of your albums, it's on here. There is no guessing, no trying to remember which piece goes where, any of that kind of thing. Your cover spacer for your 1 inch on the side says very clearly cover spacer 1 inch. And then your spine spacer, which is 1.5, again, very clearly, and it's hard to see on camera, I know. In person, you can see them just fine. Your 1.5 for your spine, very clear, very easy to use. Takes the guesswork out. You don't have to remember for sure which one you need to use where. And it also helps when you are designing your own albums and you're like, okay, I want my album to be 8 by 10. Okay, well, how wide do I need to make my cardstock for an 8 by 10? Inch and inch. You add your 2 inches to both measurements. Okay. So that's those. They are on the website. I had another tool I was hoping to show you, and I'll show you my prototype, but I was playing with them yesterday and realized that my measurements are off. So these will be coming. They are not ready today like I thought they were going to be, but these are my matting spacers. Okay. Set of 3. We have a 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. So depending on how it is you want to mat your project. So if you've got an 8 by 8 page and you want that 1/16 of an inch border, you know you're going to take an 1/8 of an inch off of your measurement. So in doing so, if this is my page, I'm going to set this on here, line it up in the corner. I've got my matting that's going to go, and it would just slide in and be lined up perfectly, which, like I said, these are off. I didn't realize they were off. I have to go back and fix them. But they are coming sooner rather than later. The 1/8 inch, you would take 1/4 of an inch off of your measurement for your page. Again, line it up, and then it lines it up. Or conversely, the other thing you can do, set your matting on the spacer, get a little bit of adhesive on the bottom, line it up this way, slide it out, lift it up and stick a little bit under your top, and you're good to go. That's actually the easier way to do this. And for card makers, that's actually where the idea for this kind of started, was card makers, because, you know, I've got some individual ones that they're okay, but they move. So you may get your side exact, but you don't realize your top is moved, and then things are crooked. Okay. So with this, especially as a card maker, this is going to line up when I fix my measurement, because you can see we're slightly off because these are off by a 32nd of an inch. And I didn't realize it on my prototype ones. So I literally made these, and they're a little bit labor intensive, I gotta say, and then realized that they're off. So I will be recutting these. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet this weekend. So these are coming. These are coming. These are absolutely going to come. You know, of course, I still have my hinge spacers. I've got my bow helper. My tag tool is actually sold out at the moment. I do need to cut some more of those because those have been insanely popular. And then tools that I don't make, but I'm going to be bringing into the website, is the corner rounder and the notch punch combo. So this is the one, if you are sorry, I'm trying to find a scrap. You know, the little notch that you can do on your pockets, okay, that we do with typically the envelope punch board. There are a couple of versions of them out there now where you just have the notch and then you have your corner rounder. You can still use them to make envelopes, but this takes up a fraction of the space. I will be bringing these in. It is not going to be the Dress My Crafts one. These are out of stock pretty much everywhere. It's going to be the Spellbinders version, which actually is a little bit less money. So these are coming. They are not here yet, because they're also coming with my flowers for another order that's not here yet. I'm also going to be bringing in the Spellbinders paper trimmer. So I have been using this one for a while now. It's, you know, normal paper trimmer, but this one is much closer to the Stampin' Up one. In fact, the blades are identical to the Stampin' Up. So I'm going to be bringing these in along with the replacement blades, because the replacement blades, the Spellbinders specific ones, are not easy to find. So I'm going to be bringing both of those in as well. And then I am going to be bringing in a bone folder that I like. I would love to bring in this exact one that's got like the little notches on here to like smooth your edges. However, this one is from bonefolder.com. They're more money. They don't sell wholesale. So it will not be these. It will be one more of this style that doesn't have those little notches, but it is still fabulous. It's Teflon, so it's not going to make your paper shiny. They're a good weight. They're, you know, easy to use, good weight in your hand. So I'm going to be bringing those in. And last but not least, I'm going to be bringing in a 12-inch clear centering ruler. This one, it's, once you get used to it, and I really thought I was going to hate it because it's got like this little bit at the edge where before your measurement starts, but quite honestly, it forces you to really look and make sure you're lined up on the edge where you need to be to measure across. And once you get used to it, it's fabulous. So I'm going to be bringing those in as well. Okay, what else? What else? And of course, I still have, I know I haven't mentioned them lately. I still have all of my little acrylic albums, and so on and so forth. And I have my 6x8 acrylic dividers, which I actually need to see because they were designed for the Simple Stories albums. But yeah, they're going to work with the Doodlebug too. So if you didn't want to use the chipboard dividers, and actually these can be used as a standalone as well. It's purple, that's why I'm bringing it. Actually, that's not why, but yeah, it is purple, and that does work. Okay, yeah, so they do fit in the Doodlebug albums as well if you wanted that instead of the chipboard inserts. So there is that. So let's, one more thing. I knew there was one other thing. Just because I think I haven't been good about promoting it really. And then I promise we're really going to start crafting. I promise. Finished mini album samples. There are about, I think, 60 left on my website. I think I started with like 100 and something. And I've gone through and purged albums again, so I'm getting ready to add some more. So I will be adding this one. I will be adding my little berry garden planner that I literally just did for Doodlebug a couple weeks ago. I've got that album. I have got, sorry, I'm trying to like get some of these other ones out of the bottom. Christmas planner with Doodlebug. I've got a couple of other little ring bound in here. I've got another gigantic December daily that's going to get listed here in the next few days. And then some other various albums. Let's see, I've got, and I'm going to be listing some Doodlebug albums, which I know is insane. I said I probably would never do that, but y'all, I'm out of space. I gotta start. I gotta purge some albums. So I will be listing this super cute little accordion planner or folio with the Doodlebug, Simply Sweet. I will be listing this with, oh my God, I've just completely drawn a blank on the name of this collection. Is it By the Sea? I think it's By the Sea. So I'll be listing this one. I will be listing this one with Bunny Hop. This is a super cute little gatefold folio with Bunny Hop. And this is where you're going to be like, she's lost her mind. As far as some of the other ones I'm going to be listing. And I'm going to tell you now, these are all one of a kind. They will go fast. The three I'm about to show you. I've got this super cute little pumpkin spice Thanksgiving planner. I am going to be listing this little shaped sugar and spice recipe album. I love it, but like I said, I'm running out of space. I gotta let go. That's all there is to it. Doodlebug Christmas, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas house album. This one, we've got shaker pockets in here. We've got all sorts of pockets and folios and things where, there's some scene building that is hidden. We've got nice big flaps and spots for pictures. We have this page that I think is still one of my favorite pages I have ever done in a shaped album. And we've got another little shaker pocket back here. So this one is going to go on the website. And last but not least, the Farmhouse Barn album is going to be going on the website this week for sale. Because like I said, I gotta purge. It's out of control. Some of it's, why does that keep catching? It keeps catching on that one pocket. So this one's going on the website as well. So that being all of the announcements, let's make a snow globe. As soon as I get these cleared out of the way. Okay, so for our snow globe, we are going to use Very Sweet. And let's get to it. So with this, I am literally using scraps. That is what I am down to. So this is what we're going to put this together from. I have no plan. We are completely winging this. Yeah, go Janice. We are completely winging this. So let's get to it. So first thing we want to do is take the back off of our snow globe because we need this to trace for our backing paper. And I'm not sure which one I want to use. So what I'll typically do is just kind of lay my snow globe with the back off over the top of my paper to kind of decide. And I'm 99% sure we're going to go with this one. I also have that one. And we are going to put the adorable Berry Patch Shakers because I have not used these at all with this yet. And I really kind of think I want that one. That one's a smaller print. No, we're going to go with this one. Okay. So I'm going to move my papers out of the way for a minute. Don't really even need the paper trimmer for this. So what I'm going to do is lay this on here, and I'm going to get it kind of to an edge. Hey, Nick. What?
What?
Yes. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Okay, go play. All right, we are just going to trace this like so, and then I'm going to grab scissors somewhere. Maybe. Oh my God, those have disappeared on me now too. I've got all kinds of things going on. You know what? There we go. I'll get the big scissors out. Janice says hi. She's watching. Okay. Okay, good. All right. So we are just going to cut this out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to see the edge of it, the way this all goes together. So we're going to just do those around. Like so. And then this, we will adhere down onto our backer piece. Now, one thing to keep in mind, see how there's like a little bit of a lip here? Okay. The lip itself is about 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to mark 1/8 of an inch in on like 4 points. The reason I'm doing this is later on when you're putting your little elements in here and you're trying to pop things up and make it dimensional, because you can, because you know you're inside the thing, you don't want to go all the way out to the edge because it makes it incredibly hard to get this back piece back in here because it's going to run up against that little lip there. Okay. So since this is good to go, I am going to grab a tape runner. You can absolutely glue these on if you would like. I'm just going to use tape runner because I know it will hold. And then if I did decide I wanted to swap this out for something else, I can very easily do so with the tape runner. I can pull it off. Okay, so I can see here my circle's not quite exact. So with it attached, I can now take my scissors and kind of go around my edge and clean that up so I don't have anything hanging out over the edge on my backing circle. Okay, so now let's see what we want to put in there. I've got a cake. I should have had another doodle pop. Maybe I used them all. Maybe I did. I don't think I did, but I might have. That's entirely possible. Okay, so we have that one. I have icon stickers. I have some of the all the things elements. So I'm going to dump those out and see what we want to actually put in here. We could keep it super simple with the doodle pop and add some little elements around the doodle pop. Come on. And then, oh, see, that's cute. Add in so for example, we could take the doodle pop, we could put our little birthday sentiment along the bottom here, and this could be a fun little gift for someone. We've got all sorts of berries. We've got little birds. Let's see here. We've got more berries. We've got plants. So I could do birthday girl. You know what? I think that's exactly what we're going to go with. And we're going to use some shape sprinkles, maybe. Let's see here. Yep, I think that's exactly what we're going to do because that will be easy, yet it will also be super cute at the same time. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my doodle pop. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with this. So grab, we're going to use an action wobble on here. Now, normally you use these in cards to make things kind of move and pop up when you open the card. But because this is going to be a shaker snow globe, we can go ahead and use one of these with this as well, just as something to make it a little bit more interesting, you know, when you're picking it up and you're kind of shaking it and whatnot. So I'm getting the backing off of that. I'm going to grab my doodle pop. I am going to grab a little bit of glue just to make sure everything's going to hold. I don't want tons because I don't want to, you know, kind of defeat the purpose of everything being sticky. But okay, so we can go ahead and push that down. Now I'm keeping in mind that I've got my little marks where the top of anything, the max it's going to go to. So I'm going to go up like so. Okay. And we're going to kind of center this about like so. Push that down. Look how cute. Okay. So then we're going to put birthday. I kind of want it as part of that. And I'm trying to think how best to do it. He actually needed to go up, I think, just a teensy bit more. So let me grab something I can kind of pry this up very carefully. There we go. We came off. We're good. And I'm going to go up just a touch higher. Okay. And before I say, yes, this is it, this is where it's going to live, since apparently I just also put it down crooked. Not surprising there either. Yeah, you know what? The only reason I remembered these is because I was down here last weekend and kind of cleaning some stuff up and organizing some stuff, and was literally like, why don't I use these? These are so cute and they're so fun. Okay, yes, we are good. We have cleared everything there. Now we can go ahead and try again with birthday, which I am going to pop up. So let me grab some foam squares. Okay. So I am going to pop this up. Doesn't have to be like super aggressive. We don't need a ton of them. Okay. That's, if we do this one nice and flat, it's not going to matter that it is kind of on my edge. So again, I can just lay that on there to give it, just kind of eyeball it, make sure it's going to be okay where I want it. And we will be good. Okay. All right. So then let's see what else we want to add on here. So we've got mini icons. I have one mouse left off of my mini icons. So I'm going to put him down here. I'm going to use a couple of these little cupcakes from the puppy icons. Okay. And I think for the inside of our thing that I just pulled up, I think this is good. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my shaker. We're going to be fairly generous here. Okay. And the trick to putting these back together is you want to get that bottom in first and then push your top in. Okay. We are slightly crooked. So I'm going to lift this back up, maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Because I don't want to flip it back over. Where is... That should be flat enough to really get in there. Okay. You just need to turn it ever so slightly. Just a little bit. I was afraid of that when I, is that my problem is? Yes. That's what my problem was. It shifted ever so slightly. Okay. So before I actually put this down this time, I am going to turn it so I can twist it to make sure everything is where I want it to be, and then we'll close it up. The whole time I'm fighting with that, one of those literally was pushed partway over. That's why I didn't want to come off. So lesson learned. Okay. So we've got our shaker bits in here, our little tree, oh my Lord, our little cake moves. So there we go. Now we can cover this piece down here if we want to. I think I'm going to use that. So what I would do is lay this face down, get it as close to the bottom of your paper as you can get it, and then trace. Okay. So now I've got my lines on here where that lines up. I'm going to cut this across, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut it across again, because then all I have to do is trim that curve. Okay. And then we can adhere this down on the front. If you need to adjust it a little bit, you can. I think that's good as is. Okay. We're going to put that on there. And I can take this little happy birthday and pop this up on the front. Normally I would probably use thinner foam squares for this, but I don't have any of them right here next to me, so we're going to go with the normal kind. Okay. We're going to put that down here like so. And then up around this edge, this is where we can add other elements. So I am going to take this little mouse with the flower off of the icon stickers. I'm going to put him about like so. Okay. And then I'm going to take some of the shape sprinkles. And where did it go? There it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take some of these little leaves and just kind of build a little cluster down here with a couple of flowers. And my second little flower here, I actually want to put a little pop dot on the back. Okay. Put that up there like so. Get one more like that. No, I don't like that. Never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, we're going to call that good. I'm going to add some strawberries, and then we'll look at the puppy icons some more and see what we want to add from that. I'm going to add strawberry up here, like so. Okay. Then I'm going to take my puffy icons. I'm going to take 2 of these little tiny puffy hearts. Put on either side of my little happy birthday. Let's see here. What else do we want? I'm going to put that guy right there with the mouse. And we're going to put him over here. Get another little heart right there. And then let's do a little pink heart up here. Like so. Okay. And you could keep going. You could keep adding little stuff. You can put stuff on the front of the glass. I have done that before with these. There we go. You have a little birthday girl shaker. You could absolutely attach a little pocket and a gift card on the back of this, and there you go. You'd have a cute little gift to put with your gift card or whatever, and there we go. Okay, so now I gotta watch me struggle live as opposed to being able to edit that out. Which is what I normally would do when I completely get something where I'm like, why isn't this working? Oh, but you know, that is the fun of doing lives, and I'm trying to get more comfortable since, you know, it's just me running my own stuff. Yeah, so remember the promo on the album kits, project kits? You are getting a free project pouch until Wednesday at midnight. And all of them are ready to go, ready to ship. There are a handful of the pouches on there just individually if you just want pouches and spacers and acrylic albums and finished albums and all the things. And I'll be back hopefully. I don't know that I'll do another live like midweek this week, but I will get back on a normal schedule the week after that. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And oh, thank you, Pam. Yes, the process I get asked about a lot, and it's a hard one to like try and remember to, you know, I try to talk through it in tutorials. You know what? I'm going to take this off because I just remembered what else I have over here that are not in this stack that are, I think, the coolest embellishment Doodlebug has done in a long time. Icon sprinkles. I know I showed these when I did my unboxing. These things are like super dimensional. Look at this. And they're hard. They're like epoxy or something. That's what I want on here. In addition, is a couple of these guys. Because they are so stinking cute. There. I like that better. That's better. This makes me happy. All right. Now we're officially done. Now we're officially done. Yeah, process is weird. Process is very weird. Because I don't know that I follow the same process when I'm designing or matting or decorating or whatever. I don't know that I follow the same process every single time. Which is why I don't record my matting and my decorating, because you guys would be like, okay, she's nuts. She is certifiable. None of this makes any sense. And that's why I don't show that, because seriously, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's very confusing, and that's just how it goes sometimes. So, yeah, so I love those strawberries. Those are so cute. Yeah, so like I was starting to say before I remembered my strawberries I actually wanted to use. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you again soon. I'll have to figure out what we want to play with next time. I think we'll go back to doing techniques for different things, not just kits. So maybe stencils. I think we'll do stencils next time. And the rest of you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you're catching this on replay, by all means, drop a comment and let me know you're catching it on replay. And the free project pouch with kit purchase runs through Wednesday. Thanks, guys. And I'll tell Chris hi. Thank you, guys.